Hello everyone, I'm Andrea, or Miss Fackelman to my students, and today I'm going to teach you all how to draw a bouquet of flowers. As most of you know, Mother's Day is coming up, and if you want to draw a nice picture for your moms, for an aunt or a grandma or a friend, or you just want to draw some nice flowers, this is an excellent video for you. Now, let's grab a nice clean piece of paper, get whatever coloring supplies you want to use, find a comfortable place to work, and let's get started. To start drawing your rose, we're going to draw a little spiral like that. For those of you who aren't sure how to draw a spiral, just imagine that you're drawing a circle, but before you close that circle, make that line go around once more, and then again, and then stop right here. Now, I am going to draw the side of the rose by drawing a little curved line that starts on the very outermost line of the spiral. Make it come down and then stop where I want the bottom of the rose to be. Keep in mind, the longer this line is, the skinnier the rose will be, or the bigger it will be. Now I'm going to draw the top of the petal that is coming out on this side of the rose. I want to be close to the top but not right out of the top. I'm going to make a slightly curved line that comes out, that stops where the end of the petal will be, and then draw a line that comes in and curves out and then disappears under the bottom of the rose. Now I'm going to draw another petal that's going to be on the outside of my rose. I'm going to draw another line that curves the way this line for my other petal did. Make it come over, curve in a little bit, and then curve out into the top of that petal, and then stop where I want the top of the petal to end. Now I'm going to draw a curved line to make the side of the petal, and then make it come under the bottom of the rose. Obviously the rose does not look finished, so what I'm going to do is draw the side of this petal right here. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, it can curve a little bit to show how the petals are curving and kind of opening into a beautiful rose. Now I'm going to draw another line on the very outside of this spiral in the middle and make it disappear under this petal. I'm going to draw two more straight lines inside the middle of the rose. One straight line is going to come down from the very outside of the middle here, then disappear into the rose. And now I'm going to go to the very end of this line in the middle of the rose, then make it disappear inside the rose. Now that is just one rose. If you want to make yours a little different from mine, that is absolutely fine. But let's add as many roses as we want for our bouquets. All right, I've finished all 4 roses for my bouquet, but I want to add some more flowers to fill in the gaps in my bouquet. I'm going to draw a simple daisy-like flower. The first thing I'm going to draw is a little circle. That'll be the middle of the flower. And now I'm not going to draw the usual loop-shaped petal. Instead, what I'm going to do is draw a line that curves, comes in like the letter J, but instead of making it come all the way back to the middle, I'm going to make it curve out again and then come back to the middle of the flower. So I have a heart-shaped petal right here. Add as many of these heart-shaped petals as you want by drawing another line that comes out from the middle, starts to curve in like the letter J, but then comes back out again like another letter J, and then comes back to the middle of the flower. After I've finished every petal, I'm going to draw a straight line that comes from the middle of the flower, goes halfway down each petal, and then stops to add a little more detail to my flower. I finished my first flower. Now I'm going to add some more everywhere around my roses. All right, I've added plenty of flowers. Now I want to add some leaves to fill the empty spaces in between my flowers. You can draw some simple leaves that have that football shape by doing this. I'm going to draw a straight line that comes out from under one of my flowers, comes out, and then stops where I want the end of the leaf to be. To draw the shape of the leaf, I'm going to draw a rainbow line that starts at one end, jumps up, comes back down, and then stops at the end of the leaf. Then I'm going to draw another line that looks more like a smile that starts again at the start of the leaf, curves down, even goes under a flower petal if it needs to, comes back, then stops at the end of the leaf. It also kind of looks like lips. If you want to color pink, you could make lips right there. That's one kind of leaf that you can draw. If you want to have something that is a little different, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw another straight line that's going to be a little shorter than I want my leaf to be up here. Draw a straight line, make it stop, but only if I want my leaf to be a little longer. Now what I'm going to do is start to draw what looks like a rainbow line that comes up, but then stops halfway over the rainbow. Then I'm going to draw a little line that comes back, making a little spike in my leaf, and then draw another curved line, and then make it go to the end of where I want my leaf to be, and then stop right there. So I made another little spike in my leaf so it doesn't just have that one point at the end. Now I'm going to draw the bottom, drawing what looks like a smile coming back, but oops, stop, halfway down, make another spike by drawing a little line that comes out, and then make that line come back to the end of my leaf. Now, you can draw all your leaves like this one that has the 3 points, or you can draw the simple football-shaped leaf, or you can draw a mixture all over your bouquet. Draw the leaves however you want and wherever you want. Another thing that we need to add to the bottom of our roses are 3 little leaves that come out underneath. To do this, you can just draw what looks like a curved V towards the outside, in the middle, and on the other side, all on the bottom. I finished all the flowers and leaves that I want for my bouquet. You don't have to do this, but if you want to draw some of the stems, you can first pick where you want all of the stems to be gathered together, and then draw not 1, but 2 straight lines to make each side of each stem for the flowers. Now remember, the closer together the lines are, the skinnier the stems will look. You don't have to draw a stem for every flower, but maybe just for the ones that look like they're floating on their own. Before we draw the stems that are tied together with a ribbon down here, we are going to draw a banner that wraps around the bouquet. This is going to be a great place for you to write a sentiment. It could be Happy Mother's Day, you could write Mom, or you could just write the name of whoever you are doing this drawing for. I'm going to draw a line that comes out from behind the bouquet over here. It's going to curve out, not too far, and then it's going to come around the front of the bouquet. Oh. And if it goes under one of the leaves, make sure that line goes under and then comes out near where it went under. Now I'm going to draw a line that curves up, whoop, then goes under another leaf, and then disappears over here. Does the banner look complete yet? No, neither does this picture. What I'm going to do is draw the side of the banner. I'm going to draw a line that kind of looks like a flattened 3. That kind of curves out, comes in a bit, and curves out, and stops right where you want the bottom of the banner to be. Now, please remember, the longer this line is, the thicker the banner will be, and you need to leave enough room for your bow and for your stems down here. Now I'm going to draw another curved line that looks a lot like this one on top. It's going to come up and then stop where the other side of the banner will be. Let's draw another flat number 3 to make the other side of the banner. If you need to draw some stems that are going under the banner, go right ahead. Next, we need to draw the bow that is holding our bouquet together. Now remember, this banner, though it looks decorative, it's not going to be what's holding the bouquet together. It's going to be that bow we're going to draw coming out from underneath it. Let's draw a little rectangle that's right in the middle of the bouquet. It's not going to have very sharp corners. It's going to look like a rectangle that has rounded corners. Now, coming out of each corner of the rectangle, let's draw a little loop that's going to be the start of the bow. It's going to come out as far as we want the bow to go, and then come back to that same corner. Repeat on the other side. Now, I'm going to draw another flat number 3 to make the side of the loops for my bow. I'm going to draw a curved line that comes out the same corner I drew those loops, and then make it end where you want the ribbon to be hanging. I'm going to draw what looks like an upside down V to make that little split in each end of the ribbon, and then draw another curved line that comes from the other end of that upside down V, and then disappears under the loops. Now let's draw what look like long, skinny fries or rectangles to make all the stems from each of these flowers and leaves that are building our bouquet. You can make them all the same length, or you can make them a little bit longer or shorter than the others. You can even make some that are coming out from in between the other stems. Just draw long, skinny rectangles that look about the same thickness as the stems that you drew up here. It's time to write something in our banner. I'm going to show you how to write Mom in bubble letters. What I'm going to do first is draw a slanted line to make the side of my M. And then I'm going to draw a straight line on top. Now that's one side of my M. Then I'm going to draw a tiny little V to make that dip in the middle of my M. And then draw another straight line that has to be the same length as the one I drew on top over here. Now I'm going to draw a slanted line to make the other side of my M, but make sure it doesn't look too different from this slant over here. For example, if it kind of comes down straight but slightly slanted, don't make it go way over here. Otherwise your M isn't going to make a whole lot of sense. Now I am going to draw another little V, but it's going to be below that first V I made on the top. Now let's draw short slanted lines that go in the same direction of each side of our M. After you have drawn those, let's connect these slanted lines with a horizontal line, and now we have our first M. Now the O is really, really simple. All you have to do is draw a circle as big as you want your entire O to be, and then draw another O or circle. Then draw another circle in the middle. If you want your O to look a little fancier, here's something that I like to do. I'm going to draw an oval in the middle that comes a little closer to the top and the bottom of my circle. Now repeat the steps that I showed you to draw another bubble M. All right, I have finished my Mother's Day bouquet. Now is my favorite part, time to color. You can use whatever coloring supplies that you have, like crayons or colored pencils or gel pens even. Or if you want to make it simple, you can just leave it the way it is. Or you can make it pop out a little bit by outlining the entire thing with a black or blue pen. You color this however you want it to look. Play some nice music and let's finish it.
Great job, everybody. If you are new to this channel, please click subscribe below so you can get notified whenever there's a new video on Art with Andrea. If you want to say what you liked about this video or say what you think I should draw next, leave a comment below. And above all else, everybody, stay creative, have a good day, and I'll see you all next time.